territory, and I like it because they got it.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and goal. From the gun. He wants it all. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball.
He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on 4th down? They got it, kept the drive alive, they end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Dropping back, it's Hayes. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Fresh center downs going to the air. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Danzy. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
2nd and long here. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab, down immediately, he picks up a few. The Falcons come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Falcons can really attack on this second and short. Now on the move. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extreme.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Air Force. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going with the counter play here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking downfield, it's Hayes. Still looking to his right. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch at the 45. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And they'll stop him right there on the return. And the Air Force offense ready to take over. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Wants to throw one first. They're all over him. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Left side is Allen. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Falcons in the hurry-up. Trying to get the corner. Oh, it's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Rush right in his face. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has vexed this defense with scramble after scramble. Has another first down.
Hey, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make...
Touchdown, Falcons! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. This could end up being the biggest drive of the game. Down 21-0, you have to keep it from getting out of hand.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Hayes. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's 3rd down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snaps on 4th down. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Buying time to his right. Firing to the right, complete.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. In the backfield, it's Scott. He got just enough to move the sticks, and that'll set him up with a 1st down after the 2-minute timeout. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on 1st down. Flush to the left. Can hold on in the face of the contact. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The short hands. It's Coleman Williams. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes...
Snags it, and there's running room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Moving the pocket, it's Hayes. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggled to try to find a play to get someone open.
Needs it here on 4th down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
To the end zone, and it's picked off.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Quarterback keeps it. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run. And the Falcons want to crank the tempo.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
All by himself. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the 1st half. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I'll tell you what, Jesse, one thing we know is that guy's got an arm, because he just threw that thing probably with everything he had, and he missed. You got to do a good job as a quarterback of understanding who I'm leading, who I'm throwing the football to, how much speed they have, and right there.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the 1st half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 6 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Buckeyes getting a banner day from their stars on the road. To pick up victories away from home, that's the mark of a focused team.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there.
This will push them to 2-0 on the season.
North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the 1st half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Right side, it's Scott. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Back to pass, it's Hayes. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on fourth. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Oh, pressure's coming. Avoids pressure on the right. He's going to run it. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
Here's some daylight. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, North Dakota State.
Well, they're able to punch that one in on the ground, and honestly, I'm not sure the defense really expected them to come out running the football considering how much they're down in this game. Probably expecting him to throw it a little bit more and have a little more sense of urgency. But either way, listen, for the offense, you just got to get on the board. You got to find a way to score somehow, some way. Now, they're down by a lot, David, and I don't know if they can keep running it moving forward.
They might not be able to keep running it, but they had to score on that possession. Now, defensively, you got to step up for them, right? Like, they got to get both sides of the football working together, but the defense is going to have to get some stops. But obviously, a bulk of the pressure is on this offense. Every possession is going to be so important.
The Falcons now set to take over on offense. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Shakes off the defender. The Falcons headed quickly to the line. Second down to the air. Rushes on. Buried before he could blink.
This has been a bit of the story of this game so far, is this quarterback's running ability and whether or not the defense can stop them. They got the play there. They were able to get a sack, rally to him, and get one of the faster quarterbacks you'll see in college football down on the ground. This guy already has over 40 rushing yards in this game, so he has had some success, but I think a big key now moving forward is how does this defense stop him?
Out wide right, it's Allen. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He's down immediately, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Fresh center downs going to the air. Out wide left, it's long. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking for the edge. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Falcons are rolling down the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw one first. Got his man on the right. Jukes his way for more. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Chambers. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
They'll try to get it through the air. Quick completion on the out route. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like, because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
Look out! They get to him as he throws. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, running back on the move. Touchdown, Falcons. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Brown will throw it. Right into the fray, and his first pass is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Caught by Williams on the left. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball, and you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
And he's bounced out of bounds, but not before a very productive gain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Gonna look downfield again. Escapes the pressure to his right. He'll pull it down. Breaks into the open. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another first down. This guy can do that a lot.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Brown wants to pass. Caught. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Burrowing for yardage. Touchdown, North Dakota State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Bringing it back. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Fresh set of downs going up top. Left side, it's Palmer. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Drops back on first down. Going over the top. He's got it inside the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Air Force.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense will come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Move to his right. Now he's looking into the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. The give to the big fullback. Turning it on. The 40. Past the 30. The 20.
Let's get weird. The big fella, usually in there to block, usually in there to hammer linebackers, rumbling, stumbling down the field, looking like he's carrying a refrigerator on his back, but it doesn't matter. Chewed up grass, the big run by the big fullback.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Calls his own number. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be fourth down.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Pulls it. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And the only time it's okay to stretch the ball out and fumble the football is on fourth down and short. It's on fourth down and goal when you have to lay out and you have to reach that football. You could tell he was trying to maybe reach that football, coughed it up. Defense forces the fumble.
He's going for the big play. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
Dallas Falcons. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Guys, the Rainbow Warriors head coach told me before the game he is very emotional, bringing his team into the place that gave him his start. He was just a young man when he came in, started as a player, got great experience, and learned to love the game, getting into coaching because of what he experienced here. His new teammates and team know that he wants to perform well and show people what they helped grow here at his alma mater. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Falcons headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Quick give. It's Barfield. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He'll pitch it. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the first down. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Fresh center downs going to the air. Makes a connection. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Making the adjustment on the play. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's long. Goes down immediately, but he's got plenty and a fresh set of downs here. And the Falcons are in the hurry-up.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Rifles it down the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. From the gun, the running back has it. Nice move to keep running. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. The Falcons are marching down the field.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Oh, what a big
try to get this guy the football as many ways as they can. You're going to see it, obviously, in the running game, but here doing a nice job in the pass game, too. Leaking him out of the backfield, working the right side of the field. That's a nice game by the offense.
All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
The defensive front had that one smelled out from the beginning, and the fullback went fully backward.
Nowhere to go. That's a quick-hitting play. Till you get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit somebody fast. Nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Completes it in the middle. Runs through a man. He might have some space. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
Snapped on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Off-play action on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Motion from the back. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. It's long. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Falcons racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Out wide right, it's Chambers. Runs through a man. He might have space. Touchdown, Falcons. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. How about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got his man downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Rainbow Warriors peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barfield. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you... Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play?
Makes the grab in their space. The 20. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Gonna let it fly. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Looking for more room. After making the interception, he took it all the way back and sets up his offense at the 17-yard line. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. Sells the run, wants to pass. Rolls right. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Nice job by the quarterback, evading the rush, getting outside the pocket, and then not turning the football over. It's so hard not to try to force the football down the field. Good job. Incompletion, next play.
Sells to fake. It's complete. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
The quarterback sneak. Surges his way in for the score.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Deep in the end zone, it's Chambers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Air Force offense ready to take over. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to throw one first. He fires one deep down the right side. Goes high to pull it in. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Falcons will hustle to the line. Quarterback will keep it. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Second and long here. This is a design run. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. QB got it himself. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. You force them into 3rd and medium. Now you get a situation where you're playing pass, but man, got to do a better job of keeping that rabbit in the cage. Don't let him outside the pocket, because when he does, you see right there, he chews up 10 quick and gets that 3rd down conversion.
And he scores! Touchdown Air Force!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Drops back on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. The run inside. It's Barfield. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Rainbow Warriors want to move quickly.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watch the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that.
Throws toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it. Touchdown, Hawaii. They make this look ridiculously easy.
And it's because you've done it so much together. You start to build a trust with your quarterback, and that quarterback knows, I'm going to create some space near that sideline. You throw it where I can get it. I'll go up and make the catch on that fade route.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Fielded in the end zone. It's Flowers. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set.
Booster! Ready, go!
And back to the air on 2nd down. Stepping to the right. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
And you talk about just being a pain in the butt. This guy, he can just scramble, move, throw it on the run, and his ability to extend the play was the reason for the conversion right there, Paul.
Yeah, and David, I like the idea that he kept his eyes down in the field, right? With his speed, there's a lot of guys in his position that would have just taken off and tried to go get it with their legs, but he gave the play a chance. He allowed the routes to develop and let everybody work the scramble drill to find a big-time completion.
And the Falcons now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. And And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. Lining up to convert third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pulls it in. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on fourth down. Hawaii calls its second timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Needs it here on fourth down. Throws for the tight end. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Hawaii! How about that shot into the end zone, and he makes the grab for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the point after is good. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Changing the routes with his receivers. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking down the middle. Nearly intercepted.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Got a man in the middle. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Fresh set of downs going up top. Extending the play. He'll pull it down and run. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Fresh set of downs going to the air. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Right side, it's Chambers. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Now Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Wants to throw one first. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They want to throw it. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Falcons! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Gets it just across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that's where the return is stopped. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Fresh set of downs going up top. Pulls it in, it's Brown. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Drops back on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Ben, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the number 11 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Seminoles coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season.
The Falcons now set to take over on offense.
And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
From the gun, it's Allen. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Out wide right, it's long. Makes a grab and room to run. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Falcons with the 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Allen. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. And the Falcons moving quickly to the line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a real...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Lets it fly. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Quarterback changing the play. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Still looking. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Right down the middle. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. First play of this drive. Right side, it's Pickett. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Booster. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's got it on the move. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long.
And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Falcons. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Brings a return out across the 25, gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Keeps it himself. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Barfield. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are threatening to pull away in this game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So 1st down will open up the final period. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws quickly. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Rainbow Warriors want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on 1st. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Got him outside.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the 4th quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the...
He's loose. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another 1st down, and he has just been running wild on this defense. That last chunk play is one that'll really put a drive on the move. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. Making the adjustment. Drops back on 1st down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. This offense thought they had the defense reeling on its heels, but the D stands tall and comes up with a sack.
Yeah, but why not, right? If I make a big play, I got no problem going back.
Going downfield for the big play. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Falcons line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. They punt it away on 4th down. Searching for space. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And man, oh man, I don't know how you leave that guy open for the touchdown. Like some kind of miscommunication on the defense. He has had a big day. He's a go-to guy. Palmer, I don't know what you saw with your quarterback eyes, but it looked like a bust by the defense.
Yeah, and that's inexcusable by this defense because this guy's already burned you in this game. He's lighting you up. If there's anybody that you got to be aware of, if there's one player that you have to know where he's lined up every single play, it's him. So for the defense to allow him to be that wide open on that play at this point of the game, no bueno on D.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Press shut it down's going up top. They're working that left side. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down. They've got a 1st down here. Want to start his bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Grab behind the line. It's Pickett. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Fires to the tight end. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. They'll use a timeout here. 2:06 remaining on the clock. Of course, it stops again at the 2-minute mark.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
There he goes. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. The Falcons pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Run it with the fullback. He breaks a tackle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Final timeout taken by Hawaii. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Man, and you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football, almost had the big play.
And it's good! And now the lead is even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Defense making the play. Hey, never hurts to pad the stats on D either, right? And they'll be able to run out the clock. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
One thing you know with this guy at fullback, he's not going to fumble the football. And I think that's why they're handing it off to him in the 4th quarter with the lead.
Second down, gonna throw it. Oh, he wants it all. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. They're all over it. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Fresh center downs going to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure.
He's got it down the field. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw one first. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the pass is incomplete, and that's going to be the final play as this game is over. Well, these guys have gotten off to a great start, getting out of the gate 3-0. Jesse, do we have a contender on our hands?
I know it's early, Reese, but this looks like a team right now that could be in that college football playoff discussion come year's end. They've got the playmakers. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. They've overcome some tests early, David. I know it's a long season, but they at least look like they're for real.
They definitely look the part. They look like they're for real. But you know what happens throughout a season. You lose momentum, and injury happens. So they're definitely one of those teams we're going to continue to talk about. But it's still early. It's week 3.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody. coordinated schemes in the stands. A stripe out today. Students, alumni, all fans have band together to try to make life miserable for these visitors. It's the Air Force Falcons and the Nevada Wolfpack. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
The Wolfpack head coach told me before the game he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Nevada about to kick it off to get this game started. Coming out with it, it's Flowers. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Rush right in his face. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop.
And the Falcons come to the line in the hurry up. The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the middle. Couldn't set his feet.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense stays on the field. Opening drive, still in their own territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Plows through the defense. Just couldn't find any running room. He'll lose a yard, and they'll turn it over on downs. Great place to start for this offense. Hits inside. It's Turner. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Let's talk for a second about Nevada. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And you know what? The best 3rd down offense is don't get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs 3rd downs if you can just pound it down their throat on 2nd down?
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Brown. Going for 6. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
From the gun, looking for a man. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. Drops back on first down. Hubs it downfield. Finds a man in the middle. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Fresh set of downs going up top. On the move. The throw. Just gets rid of that one.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Oh, pressure's coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. Out wide right, it's Allen. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I don't know if the defense came into this one expecting the fullback to be a weapon catching the ball, but that play didn't look like they were ready for him. He catches it, turns it upfield for the first.
The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Going to try to get it himself. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Got it in the middle. It's Pickett. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Falcons in the hurry-up.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
2nd and long here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Comes down, it's Pickett. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Falcons, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force!
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Out wide left, it's Givens. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Sells the run, looking to pass. He's going to take off. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. Keeps it himself. Fights off a defender. Delivers the stiff arm. He's loose down the middle. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack. He ran through tackles like water through a sieve.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And his first throw here is incomplete.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points, and then in the end you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Rush is on. Hit as he throws. Just had to get rid of it.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Left side is Palmer. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Falcons want to crank the tempo. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Quickly complete. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They'll go to the fullback. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw one first. That's caught. It's Pickett. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open,
Touchdown, Falcons! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Pass to 6. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Jones to throw. Moving out to the right. Outside the pocket, lets it go. With the catch, it's Givens. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And this offense is clicking, man. This defense is going to have to find something in a hurry, right? That's 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down.
Picked off to stop the threat. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. And he gets rid of it.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Trying to establish the run. Nowhere to go. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Chambers. Still running at the 40. Gashing the D on the right. The 20. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Falcons.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Jones wants to throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Turner. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. He's changing the play. Wants to go up top on second down. Keeping his eyes downfield. Quarterback gets the first down. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Second down to the air. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And now the Wolfpack will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Drops back on first down. Out wide left, it's Brown. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. New set of downs after the completion. Fresh set of downs going up top. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Wolfpack. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put some...
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of this drive. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires downfield. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Makes the grab. It's Allen.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what he catch you, big fella.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30. It's 3rd and short. He's looking to pass. That one's not even close.
Well, we haven't seen this very much today. A quarterback missing on a pass. Of course, his offense is rolling right now.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on 4th. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway and now they're in business. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Straight ahead, it's Turner. He's got enough. Bringing it back. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Nevada. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Jones to throw. Left side is Givens. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Wolfpack uses its final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Touchdown, Nevada! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half.
And under pressure, and he can't get it away, and they won't be able to add to this lead. On the return, it's Flowers. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 5 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's the Gators, with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one, and win a fireworks-filled football game. And you know what they say in college football, you got to take care of the games in your own backyard. They're now 2-2 after that home win. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Driven back.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Jones wants to throw it. Extending the play. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. Look out. Not going to make it. And the 4th down gamble backfires.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on 4th down. No dice. Offense now set up an easy position to get a score.
And the Air Force offense ready to take over. The give to the fullback. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Falcons headed quickly to the line. Sticks it in his belly. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Air Force! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's in there. 2-point conversion is good and pushes the lead to 5. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Nevada trying to keep the drive moving on 2nd and short. Making the adjustment on the play. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Under pressure. He'll throw it. Out wide right, it's Woods. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Tells the run, wants to pass. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the wideout. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Running inside, it's Woods. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Gets the back moving. Fullback's got it. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
Now on 2nd down. Give to the fullback. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a 1st down.
I'll tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on 3rd down. What a weapon.
Looking for a crease. Breaks into the open. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Working the ground game. Maybe a crease. At the 20. Ripping through the defense. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Falcons. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Stop short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Now it's Nevada out there to go on the attack. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wants to pass. Throws to the back. And he avoids the sack.
Thank you. That's what the defensive backs say to the defensive lineman when when they get home and put pressure on the quarterback fast and the ball comes out erratic.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. Throwing right.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Nevada, after throwing it in reverse, has a lot of work to do on 2nd down. Looking to throw, and they need a bunch. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella at tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Nevada. Fired in from the red zone for the score. First part of the equation complete with the touchdown. Now the 2-point try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. From the gun. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and that could be big as it draws him to within a field goal. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Falcons now set to take over on offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Now the Wolfpack will use the first of their timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Still looking to his right. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly out to the tight end. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Nevada. That's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Getting late, pressure building, huge 3rd down coming up on the road for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have thought this guy had too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on fourth. At midfield, he's got room. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Back to pass on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Brown. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Long way to go on second down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Off-play action. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. He wants a big play here late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Fresh center downs going to the air. Fires to the wideout. And he almost had a pick.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
Finds the tight end. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Nevada going quickly.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start.
Going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
So after that false start, now dealing with 2nd and 15. Changing the routes with his receivers. 2nd down, gonna throw it. This time he's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. The play fake. Fires on the move. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Complete out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Got some green grass. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And the thing I like about giving it to the fullback right away, it hits downhill right now. Very little chance for a ball handling mishap. No fumbles. He secures the football, wraps it up, falls forward, and usually gets positive yards.
He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Got his man. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw one first. He's going to take a sack to end it. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. This is Gaylord Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Oklahoma Sooners. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. He has been warning his team all week about this game. Both teams undefeated to start this season, and he believes the difference will be who can execute the best. He believes that his team and his quarterback have the confidence and composure to compete well in this environment. I'll keep you posted on how well they're communicating down here on the field. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Sooners ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Quick give. It's Lacey. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, do they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. He'll try to do it himself. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Snap in the shotgun. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And they talked about his speed all week, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to see it. You see that young man out wide, man. He can fly, and he runs right by the defense. They take a shot early, Palmer. They find the speedster, and he finds the end zone.
And I think the defensive coordinator right now is just kicking himself, because you're right. I mean, they watched film all week long. We've seen this guy torch defenses. You cannot play coverages that allow this guy to take the top off and get behind your back line. That right there is just a big mistake defensively, a bad call. And kudos to the offense for finding the matchup and making them pay.
Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Buying time to his right. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Drops back on first down. Here comes the heat. Did the work himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And they're not on the same page there.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's good. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th. Touchdown, Rebels. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Out wide left, it's Robinson. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. The Sooners are in the hurry-up.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air.
He's got it inside the 15. They make the stop after the big passing play, but now the question is, will it stand? Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. The holding penalty pushes them back. It's 1st and 20. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Back to pass. It's Mateer. They're all over it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Nice play to knock that one down.
And you could tell the QB found a matchup he liked, and that was the tight end running that 7 route or that corner route, trying to make a play, trying to give him the football, but really, really nice coverage on the back end. Not letting that big fella get his body on him and post him up. Doing a good job getting his hand on the football, swatting it to the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Rebels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Left side is Avant. Still on his feet at the 40. Completion for the first down, and man, did he take a shot, and I think they're going to tack a little more onto that one. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got room on the return. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Catch in the middle, it's Gill.
Well, we knew coming into tonight they were going to try to find this guy throwing the ball. I had no idea it was going to be this successful this early. Guys, he's closing in on 100 receiving yards. We're not even out of the 1st quarter yet. He has been an absolute force.
Turning it on. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the 1st quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Fresh set of downs going up top. Still looking. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting us out.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And they sniffed that draw out. With a draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field, but the defensive line, the defense was not biting, and you could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got room at the 35. Powers through. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Out wide left, it's Lacey. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, that is so much easier said than done. To be a linebacker and have to play the run and then break on the running back and then tackle him in open space, like you've got to be a really, really good athlete. It started with his eyes, seeing the running back creep out to the flat, breaking on it, and then being physical for the tackle.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the 2nd quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hookup there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
And he's in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. They marched 72 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. He has to take care of the football on this drive. You just can't survive throwing 3 picks in a game. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's Blaylock. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. Out wide right, it's Haas. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lindsey.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
2nd and long here.
Ready, go.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Right side, it's Alexander. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Haas. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Rush right in his face. 1st down and more. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, know when guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play, and now he's showing off the speed. And you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's 1st down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Looking downfield, it's Chambliss. And they take it in for 6 more points. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Makes his man miss. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. The run inside. It's Blaylock. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 3 team, the Indiana Hoosiers.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
And it's Kentucky, setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Drops back, it's Mateer. In traffic, it's Blaylock. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. From the gun. Sends it downfield. He's got it way down the field. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it. Fires left. Touchdown Sooners! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll return it. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Card in the backfield. It's Lindsey fighting off the defender.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
Still on his feet at the 45. Open field on the right. Touchdown Rebels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about this, though, man? Picking up right where they left off, putting up points, being explosive, being a threat. You thought at half maybe the defense would come up with some answers. So far, first drive, no answers to be found.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. And the Sooners come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. To the air, it's Mateer. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. He's looking to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Oklahoma! A great catch and run for 6.
You're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Oh, pressure's coming. Out wide right, it's Lindsey. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Second down to the air. Setting up the screen. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Motion from the back. Snapped on 4th down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he
throws toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's exactly the response you want now from your defense. Your offense just turns the football over, puts you in a really bad spot. Great job being ready on 1st down, playing the pass, now forcing a 2nd down. You want to force the field goal here. Obviously the bad field position, but the defense responds.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Needs it here on 4th down. Blasted as he lets it go. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
He's going to run it. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs.
Looking long. Leaping grab for a big gain. Touchdown, Rebels! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for you.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Sells the run, looking to pass. Moves to his right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that just does that, man. Just effortlessly picks up chunks of yards and then smartly gets out of bounds. But this whole offense, man, everybody's a threat. Anybody can take the football and make big plays. And when you got a quarterback with that much athletic ability, it's an absolute nightmare for defenses.
The Sooners come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Got an alley. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
To the air, it's Mateer. Rushes on. Just got rid of that one.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't...
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Rebels. How about this defense taking one back to the house? What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They go back to work for the first down in the final period of this one. Sells the run, wants to pass. Left side is Avant. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Sooners will hustle to the line.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Throws to the tight end. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Got some room to run. The 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Rebels. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. He picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, it's Avant. Steamrolls his way ahead. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Robinson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Look out!
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They
catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. They'll throw it from the red zone. Finds his man, and he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his 3rd receiving touchdown. He only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point in the season.
From deep, it's Cunningham. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and it's a sack.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Right side, it's Cook. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays, and you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it, they know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him, and as soon as he took off, they ran to...
They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Taking it the other way.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Escapes the pressure to his right. Unleashes one deep. Looking to get it in. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Sooners will try to punch it in on 1st and goal.
Ready. Check. 692. Check.
Quarterback changing the play. Sets his feet. It's Mateer. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game. Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Quarterback keeps it. He's brought down, not even close to the goal line, and that 2-point conversion attempt goes awry. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Press center downs going to the air. Out wide right, it's Alexander. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on 4th. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. We all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards.
Going over the top. He caught it. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their 1st. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Making the adjustment. The fake wants to throw. Right side, it's Hansen. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's the fabulous part of it. A late touchdown.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Sets his feet. It's Mateer. Out wide left, it's Blaylock. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Single back formation, and they give it to it. He's past the marker. Got a little grass. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Hey, he's had a great day all day today, and not a surprise why they've continued to feature him, and you've seen him make big plays. And down the stretch, we expect more of the same, don't we, guys? Like, up with the lead, ground game keeps that clock moving. You don't want to stop that thing. That clock is your friend.
He's loose on the right, running inside the 20. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this 2-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, this is going to be a resume builder, a confidence builder for this squad. Impressed with the way this offense has handled their situation. The QB has handled some difficult moments, but Palmer, back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents. That's pretty impressive.
Big for his confidence as a player. I think big for the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their confidence in him as well, because you're right. You beat 2 top 25 teams in 2 straight weeks, in large part because of the way he's played. As a quarterback now, you're earning more throws for the next game and more touchdown pass opportunities because everybody trusts you and believes in you to handle the big moment against good opponents.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. It's inside, it's a bunt. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Enough to move the chains. Breaks into the open. At the 30. He's at the 10. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.